perspective, not holding a gun, but facing the gun, is Mrs. Vaibhava Rele, one of the survivors, one of the lucky survivors from the Taj Hotel. Mrs. Rele was there actually on work. She is a documentary maker. She is a mother of 2 young children. The very next day after this happened, she was scheduled to come to Pune to actually film and do a piece on I2IT. She was also in Mumbai to meet members of the team, and they were to have done a documentary on the uniqueness of Bombay. And that one fateful night, I think, has changed perhaps her perspective on life. Let's hear this in the first person from Mrs. Vaibhava Rele.
I'm Vaibhava Rele, and I'm one of the fortunate survivors of the mayhem that was caused last year, the same time. In fact, it was around this time that we prepared to get into the Taj. Maybe a little while later, around 9:30 is the time when we were on the first floor at the Sea Lounge in the Taj. That was supposed to be a final production meeting. Next morning we were supposed to start shooting at the Taj kitchen to be specific. As Mr. Bhosle also said, around 9:30, quarter to 10, we heard cracker sounds. That's what we thought it was too, because there was a wedding happening across in the banquet hall, and the first reaction was, these days people are into all kind of gimmicks for weddings, and they have indoor crackers happening. Like in 5 minutes, there were a couple of gentlemen who came running into the Sea Lounge on the first floor, and they said that there are some people down in the lobby who are firing indiscriminately, lock the door and turn off the lights. I think it was the speed with which the Taj staff actually operated. They locked the doors and they turned off the lights, and all the guests, I think 25 people in the Sea Lounge restaurant, everybody crouched on the floor. Everybody kind of just took cover behind pillars and furniture pieces, and there was like a huge burst of gunfire just outside the glass door there of the Sea Lounge. This kind of a thing kept happening through the night. There used to be a burst of gunfire, there used to be horrific screaming, and then total silence. That silence actually told us the gravity of the situation, that somebody had been killed, because we couldn't see what was happening outside. Neither did we know the gravity of the entire situation, but the screaming and the silence, that is what indicated the entire, the entire trouble that night. This firing, there was hand grenades blast happening through the night, and around 4 o'clock in the morning there was a hand grenade blast that went off inside the lobby. I think a hand grenade was chucked from the 6th floor into the lobby. That caused a huge blast, and it felt like the entire heritage building was going to come down like a pack of cards. Because of that blast, the entire lobby was on fire. Because the lobby was on fire, the water sprinkler started. Now everybody in the Sea Lounge, and I guess in the other rooms also, we were all crouching in the water for quite some time. After an hour's time, the false ceiling started giving way. With the water sprinklers on for a good hour and a half, the false ceiling started collapsing. There was fire, there was water, there was bits of the building coming apart, and it was a situation where I guess everybody in the Sea Lounge thought we wouldn't make it that night. Speaking for myself, around 2:30 in the night, the cell phone battery died out. I had a spare battery which was kept like 10-15 feet away in the other side of the room, but to walk across there and to pick that battery up and speak on my phone was like one big ordeal. I managed to do that around 4:15 in the morning. I called up my husband and I told him, I said, I don't think I'm going to make it out of this place. And miraculously, in the next 5 minutes, there was a fire brigade personnel on the road facing window side, the Sea Lounge window. And the first reaction was, hide, there's somebody out there also. We had no clue who it was. but then the street light shone on his helmet, and everybody inside realized that there's somebody out here to help us. And the fire brigade personnel broke open that window, and they evacuated all of us out of that sea lounge. I think 20, 30 feet, whatever. That ladder, coming down that ladder, I don't think I'm ever going to forget for the rest of my life. Speaking about all of this, I must make a mention. There was this one gentleman who found himself a little dark niche in the room over there. As it is, the lights were turned off, the air conditioning was on, it was getting really cold in there. That gentleman actually slept through the whole night, and the staff had to kind of wake him up. Sir, the fire brigade is here, we need to get out now. So bless the gentleman's soul, he actually slept through the whole ordeal. He didn't hear anything, he didn't see anything. So I guess he's going to be a very peaceful man. Saying this, I think a year is a very long time, but it is a very short time for people to recover. The ones who actually bore the brunt of the entire situation, who lost family members, who lost friends, we lost officers, we lost a lot of soldiers. What I would like to know is, have we learned anything from this? If something like this, God forbid, happens again, are we equipped enough to handle it? Each one needs to think about that. Speaking for myself, it would be an absolute lie if I said that, after that experience I've changed overnight and I'm a very nice person and whatever. But I am making an attempt. I think I see changes in my own thought processes. Even small things like speaking to somebody who you haven't got in touch with for a very long time. You keep putting it away for tomorrow. Please don't do that. If you have to do something, do it now. You might never get a chance to do it. Even speaking to the friend whom you've been putting away for a long time, pick up the phone and say hello, because maybe that's what you should be doing. Another thing I'd like to add is showing appreciation, showing gratitude. That is very, very important. You don't need to go and give jhappis to every person, Munna Bhai style, but you can at least say it, you can show it in your own little gestures. I'd like to conclude on that note. I hope I've spoken well.